It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on Thursday, October the 14th, 2021. I'm Chillie Falls coming to you from Forest, Virginia, Central Virginia area, right near Lynchburg. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. This is an awful day for me, folks, because today is National Dessert Day. And for somebody that would like to lose some weight, that's a disaster looking to happen. But anyway, happy National Dessert Day, and I probably will partake in some before the day's over with. In the news, we got some heavy rainfall from Pamela that's spreading over Texas and Oklahoma. U.S. to reopen some borders. 2 cruise lines extend vaccine and testing protocols. Delta Airlines in the black. Nice. Viking Saturn to debut in 2023. MSC adds a second cruise ship to their world cruise for 2023. And we got a special appearance on location with Elizabeth today. This and more at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And you know what, folks? We do have some ships sailing today. This is the 14th day of October out in Los Angeles from San Pedro. We got the Grand Princess sailing on a 4-dayer. In Miami, we've got both the Carnival Sunrise and the Celebrity Summit, both on 4-night cruises. And from Port Canaveral, the MSC Divina on a 3-night cruise. That's what's going to happen. So before we do anything, first, how about this? A little report from Elizabeth on location.
Buenos dias, Chile. It's a beautiful day here in Cozumel. Once again, it's Elizabeth on location down in Cozumel. You can see there's a cruise ship down there in the distance that's down in town, and there's are the car ferries behind me. And then directly behind me is the boat that we're going to be going on in just a few moments down to El Cielo. Now I'm down at Blue Angel right now, which is a really great, neat little boutique hotel. And it's just south of town, just a short distance. In fact, I walked down here today. But Blue Angel is a great resort. They have live music sometimes at night. They've got a great restaurant. So even if you're staying somewhere else on the island, you can always come to Blue Angel. It's a great little hotel. And again, you can see it now behind me over here. That's the hotel. It's kind of dark, but anyway, I'll get some photos as we take off. So today, I think we have about 15 or 16 people who are going on the trip with us today. And I will film once we get down there. So again, this is just the start of it. We're gonna stop at a couple resorts on the way and pick up some people. So we're gonna pick up some friends of mine down the way. I do want to mention as well, because I was talking to a friend of mine just yesterday, and I was asking about some of the tours that she does. She has a tour group down here, and in fact, like I said, now I booked this directly at Blue Angel, so you can come down to Blue Angel and book this trip to Cielo, or you can go through a tour group as well. And even if you're just wanting some good insight on what to do around the island, there's a great gal, her name's Cindy Trotwine. She lives here on the island, and she has a little tour group called FlipToursCozumel. And I know Chillie can link that, put that link on the site here as well, just so you can see that if you come down to Cozumel. This gal has all kinds of great information and great trips. So I know we're picking some people up. My friends are at the Secrets Resort, so we're going to pick them up in about half an hour. And then we're also stopping at the Iberostar Resort as well, and we're going to pick up a couple people there who booked through Cindy with Flip Tours. So again, it's going to be a gorgeous day out in the sun, and wait till you see where we are headed. And I'll film some more from the boat, and then I'll film once we get down the way. So anyway, back to the show, Chillie, and I'll be back with you in just a little while.
Thanks. That's Elizabeth on location, and she will be back in a bit. All right, a couple news stories we'll knock out as we go here this morning. Of course, we do have to at least mention the weather. Thankfully, it's not as bad today as it was yesterday. There's now only one low pressure system, which is producing some disorganized cloudiness, rain, and thunderstorms, still over the same rough area in the Caribbean, Hispaniola, Turks and Caicos, southeastern Bahamas. Relatively low chance of development. In the Pacific, Pamela is dissipated over northeastern Mexico. Heavy rainfall from the remnants of Pamela are spreading over Texas and Oklahoma today. And the remnants could produce 3 to 6 inches of rain with some, maximum totals of 8 inches across portions of central Texas, southeastern Oklahoma through tomorrow. Of course, you got to be on the lookout for flash flooding, urban flooding in Texas today. So, all right. Of course, the main story that broke yesterday after we were on the air, the Biden administration will lift travel restrictions on the borders with Canada and Mexico starting in November. That's good news for all, but it's for fully vaccinated travelers only, reopening the doors of the United States to tourists and separated family members who have been sealed out of the country during the pandemic. Foreign travelers who provide proof of vaccination are looking to visit families or friends or shop in the U.S. will be allowed to enter, senior administration said yesterday, weeks after the administration said it would soon lift a similar sweeping restriction on foreigners traveling to the country from overseas. I have one question about this. I'm certainly all in favor of them opening the borders, and I have no problem with it being to vaccinated folks only. You guys all know my feelings about that. What happens down there in Texas now that Governor Abbott is doing this vaccine passport ban like Florida is doing? The Mexico border, the United States is saying you got to have the documentation, you got to have vaccination to come in. And what's the governor of Texas going to do? Is he going to take on the United States? Well, that would be an interesting question. So, all right. Let's see if Elizabeth is ready for another little episode here.
Hey, Chillie and everybody. Elizabeth once again on location here in Cozumel. We're at Cielo, and it's turned out to be a beautiful day. Look at the water behind me here. We are on the boat with Blue Angel. We just spotted 9 stingrays out in the water, and it's, like I said, a gorgeous day. So we're here with Blue Angel, and they've got a great boat and all the amenities here. It's a wonderful day, and they make a couple different stops where we could get out and snorkel, and they saw lots of fish, lots of beautiful colors in the reefs, and also we have lots of starfish out here too, and you'll see sand dollars under there. But it's a beautiful day, and like I said, you can see the water is incredibly gorgeous out here as I pan around. And lots of drinks. All my friends are here, down here in the water. You can see them behind me doing some snorkeling. And then everybody can just go out and wade in the water. So even if you're not a strong swimmer or you don't really want to snorkel, you can get out here and just wade in the water. They bring us drinks out here and food, all you can eat and drink. And it's a whole lot of fun. So anyway, hey Chillie, I hope you're having a good time back at home. And we'll see you guys sometime soon, but I'll film a little bit more on our way back, our return trip. But like I said, it is absolutely beautiful here. And again, I'm going to flip the camera around. You can see our friends here. Maybe I will. No, I won't. I'll flip it around that way. So everybody's here having a good time. So again, we'll see you all soon, and catch you back when we get back to land. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, Elizabeth, and she will be back yet again. All right, that's the Konings Dam. It was down in San Diego. Sailed from San Diego this weekend. Sister lines Princess Cruises and Holland America have updated their health and safety protocols in light of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The lines have extended their vaccination pre-cruise testing and mask requirements through February 22. As before, passengers must have received the final dose of an approved COVID-19 vaccine at least 14 days prior to the beginning of the cruise and proof of vaccination at the terminal prior to embarkation. Guests must also provide proof of a negative PCR or antigen test that was taken within 2 days of embarkation. On board the ships, guests will be required to wear face masks in most indoor areas, including entertainment venues, elevators, retail shops, casinos, and dining rooms, as well as other designated areas that may be crowded. Masks may be taken off to eat or drink. And this one is the important part of this one, folks. Currently, kids under 12 cannot be vaccinated for COVID-19 yet. That hopefully will change shortly. And both lines still have a full vaccination policy in place. This means they will continue to sail only with passengers 12 and up in the near future. Now, my question on this one, folks, I have questions on everything today. Carnival has not been operating, Carnival Cruise Line has not been operating that way recently, that strictly at least. And I referenced JJ Cruise did a piece on how they felt about being on the Mardi Gras. So Carnival has gotten a little lax, but now this is two lines that are owned by Carnival that are seemingly to be tightening up again. I just question that one. So, all right. Delta Airlines yesterday reported an adjusted pre-tax income of $216 million for the 3 months of the quarter ending the end of September. Now, there's all kinds of exclusions to that and various other things. But the bottom line, they're in the black for the last quarter. That's awesome. That's a tremendous sign to see one of the major travel people be back in the black. All right. Let's see if Elizabeth's got something else for us. Let's see. I love the music. I have some questions for Elizabeth, so don't go away. Let me do two other things real quick, and then I got some questions. All right. That's the Viking. Saturn is set to join the Viking fleet in early 2023, operating voyages in the Nordic region. The vessel will also sail 2 new 15-night itineraries and one longer 29-night route, including Iceland, Greenland, and Canada, plus the Nordic countries. There's something maybe some of you want to put on your bucket list. The company will also be bringing back its popular 8-night Iceland's National Beauty itinerary, starting in August of 2023. One other story, folks. This is according to Sarah Bretz, who's writing for Cruise Radio. MSC Cruises has announced that a second ship, the MSC Magnifica, will be joining the MSC Poesia on the MSC World Cruise for 2023. The vessels will host over 5,000 guests combined for a journey around the world, both departing January 4th from Civitavecchia and January 5th from Genoa, Italy. The world cruises will be simultaneous, but will take different routes. So, all right. Now, if my technical skills are at work, I have to ask Elizabeth some questions. Elizabeth on location. Are you there, Elizabeth? There's Elizabeth. What's happening?
Hey, good morning. Oh my gosh, I was watching this a few minutes ago and my screen it froze and I'm like, no.
Well, we're used to having horrible Wi-Fi stuff anytime we try to do anything with you, which is why we do the type thing.
I can't believe
to be transparent, obviously your trip was yesterday.
Obviously what?
Your trip was yesterday to Cielo.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I said we can get hot air Tom up on up parasailing, and we can't. I can sit in my house here in Cozumel, and we can't get through sometimes.
That's
Technology, huh?
That's crazy. All right, now I have some questions about them. Maybe let's see if I can pull up. I loaded up all the pictures you sent. All right, now that's off toward the storming yesterday. That's off.
Do you know what? Interestingly enough, yesterday from the point where we picked up people so we left Blue Angels like closer to town. So as we sailed south, we stopped at a reef to do some snorkeling, and it poured rain. And then we got to Cielo, and it was sunny again. So we went through that cloudy area. But I thought it was just interesting. That's just the different colors the water appeared in all of those photographs. None of that is photoshopped at all. That's just how it looked.
My main question was the storms that we see in the pictures. What direction was that looking? East or west, or?
I was looking north back towards town.
Okay. So that absolutely had nothing to do with Hurricane Pamela that passed on the other side of the country. I realize it's nowhere near Cozumel.
Right.
But that wasn't like the edges of that. No,
it was like one little small storm cloud that went over us, and then it was done. Then it was sunny and gorgeous the rest of the day. Beautiful.
Yeah, that looks like just a terrific fun trip. All right, now tell us a little bit more about FlipToursCozumel.
Okay, Flip Tours is owned and operated by a lovely lady who lives down here. She's an expat, and she's lived down here for a number of years, and she does all kinds of things like a meetup every week with local people. Anybody, if you're just here on vacation, they'll go and meet at a restaurant or bar or something. That was really helpful to people who love to travel around. She does all kinds of tours as well. And one of her tours,
oh no, don't freeze up.
On to El Cielo yesterday. So you can go down the Blue Angel and book it yourself, or if you want to book with
wow, Elizabeth is freezing up. Cotton picking Wi-Fi signal down there. I don't know if she's aware of it or not. You are frozen. Wow. Let me send her a message. Let's see if that will go through. Because I
keep freezing.
There you, yeah, okay. I can at least hear you, so go ahead and try to answer my question. I have when the cruise ships come in, are they doing the bubble tours where they're protecting everybody, or are they letting people off the ships? Okay, she went out. She's probably going to go out and try to come back in. So I will wait a second. Let's go over and see who is on the comments. Well, she's trying to get her signal back. There she comes. Okay. Yep, you're back again. Nope, you're frozen. Huh. Boy, and I had a couple good questions for Elizabeth too. All right.
Am I here?
You look frozen on this end, and we're not getting audio now either. All right, try turning your camera off and see if we just have audio. See if that works. If you can hear me. Okay. Now I'm getting you spinning. Yeah, it's buffering, but we do not have you. Okay. Well, pafooey. All right, I'm going to go on and check over in the chat room while put myself back here. Okay. Well, see if we get the signal back. Our friend Jack from Conroe is going up for some tests today up near Houston at the Veterans Affairs Hospital. Our thoughts and prayers are with Jack this morning, that he comes up with some good news there, that his cancer is gone. That would be awesome. Tom Henry's with us. He says best wishes to Jack. Elizabeth, of course, was with us obviously before. I'm trying to glance over to see if she comes back in. Carol's with us. Tom Henry is back home. Bit stressed last night at 8:15, announced a gate change, C6 to D9, and boarding was due to start at 8:30. Wow, that's kind of close. Linda, that's his cousin, is a very slow walker, and we had wheelchair assist. Many others were also wheelchair assist at that gate. I immediately looked for a guy and found one, asked if he was free, told him the issue, and he arranged a stretch golf cart. Very nice. Okay, Elizabeth's back. Let's see if we got. Okay. Can you talk?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. When the cruise ships come in, are they doing bubble tours? Or are you letting passengers out to do their own thing?
It's buffering, but
Okay.
we do not have you.
Let me turn off my mic. Go ahead and talk about something else, and let me change this and try it a different way.
All right.
Okay.
Check over.
She's yeah, because I was getting an echo. I could hear myself in the background, and your camera just went out totally. Of course, you're trying that, and I can still hear echo. I can
All right.
hear me coming through something.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, well, maybe we can do it this way, and I can answer your questions. I just turned my camera off, so.
Okay, when the cruise ships come in, do you are they doing the bubble thing, or are they letting people off to do what they want to do in Cozumel?
That is actually according to the cruise lines individually.
Okay.
And so Carnival, for example, lets anybody off, and crew are now allowed off of all of the Carnival ships as well to go anywhere they like. For a while, they were restricting crew just to the Portimaya Pier area. But now Carnival, everyone's free to go out and do whatever they want. On the other hand, Royal Caribbean won't allow their crew members off. I believe their passengers can do anything. They can come and go as they please. We haven't had very many other cruise lines come in here. MSC was here and Disney was here. It appeared to me that Disney was making them stay within the bubble of tours organized by the ship, because we sure didn't see any guests roaming around from the Disney ship. The other thing I can say, I have a friend on Seabourn right now, and they have been sailing out of St. Martin and out of Barbados on various cruises, and they have to stay strictly within the cruise ship bubble and within the cruise ship tour bubble. They have to take the ship's organized tours, and no crew members are allowed off of those ships either at this time.
All right, now one direct question about El Cielo.
Mm-hmm.
You got in the water and there were like 9 stingrays.
Actually, we counted 15 after that.
Wow.
I've never seen that many stingrays down there, and they were huge. That was really cool.
Are they, obviously, if they're around humans enough, they're not going to attack you or anything, but I mean, don't they sting or bite or do something untoward toward people?
As Steve Irwin would have told you, yes, they can sting you. I'm not making a joke of that. Obviously, we know that happened years ago, but stingrays won't harm you if you don't harm them, basically. If you step on one, and see, they kind of burrow in the sand, and if you step on one, then they may sting you. But these guys are looking for food, because so many people go out there. We used to see 1 or 2 of them out there, but I guess word has spread that when everybody goes out there and everybody's eating out there, because the guys bring like these boogie boards out, and they have chips and salsa and guacamole and quesadillas, and we had all this food. And, you're out there frolicking around in the water. People were dropping bits into the water unintentionally. But, as soon as you drop a shrimp in the water, well, guess what? Those stingrays are running right for it, swimming right for it, I should say. So that's why they were all out there. But they don't harm anyone. Of course, everybody was a bit squeamish about it because they get so close and they'll brush up against you. But I had my floaty and I kept my feet up as they swam underneath me.
Any news yet on you getting back on a ship?
Not yet.
Okay.
Still holding tight on that. Still, just thank you for mentioning that. Keeping your fingers crossed for me.
Oh, yeah.
I hope. I mean, I don't know if everybody knows this who watches. I know we mentioned it early on, but I've worked on cruise ships for 30 years, and so I do have a lot of friends in the industry, and a lot of my friends who are on ships right now. By the way, I just spoke to a friend of mine who is on the Sky Princess over in Europe, and they're sailing out of Southampton. As crew members, they're allowed off in some of the ports, but they've done a lot of really, there are a lot of restrictions now where, like, they were going to France. So because they were leaving the UK and going to France, they had to fill out this paperwork. It had to be sent in. Each crew member and passenger had to send in and do it on their own, fill out these documents, send it into the French government, and they had to have this documentation before they could go ashore. And my friend said people were just throwing their arms up saying, forget it. What's the point? We're not even going, because it was just too much of a headache and too much of a hassle to get this kind of paperwork done like the day before you were headed into whatever port. And the rules, as you know, have been changing constantly just with everything around here. So you just really never know what they're going to throw at us next in that regard.
Of course, I'm chatting this morning with Elizabeth on location down in Cozumel. Since you can't see her, folks, in case you're just joining us late, she cut her camera off because that was locking up, and we're just chatting a little bit. By the way, talking about your friend on the Sky Princess, of all the people that I've interviewed from cruise ships this past, 3 or 4 months now, the Sky Princess has the best Wi-Fi signal of all of them. So Princess has figured out Wi-Fi, and I just hope everybody else does the same.
Yeah, that's true. And my friend who's on there, we chat with WhatsApp every day. So it goes through pretty well. One other quick thing I wanted to mention, since you've been talking about proof of vaccination and all of that, I went down to the Portimaya Pier the other day, and I've been going down there a number of times to visit some people. And when we went, we did some filming down there, and they suddenly are asking for proof of vaccination to even get into the pier area at Portimaya and at the International Pier. So if they won't let us in from the outside, I'm assuming it's the same way when you get off the ship. They're asking for proof of vaccination there as well. And it's still very strict here in Cozumel. Masks are mandatory, and they will take your temperature. You must have a mask, and they sanitize your feet. They sometimes, in some places, will spray you down with a mister thing before you get into some of these businesses. And so it's still very, very strict, although we did get the good news that we're in the green finally for the first time here in Cozumel.
Nice.
So that's a great news as well.
Yeah. All right. Tom Henry on our chat room asked a question, not specifically of you, but just posed the question. And I think you'd be a good person to get your opinion. Folks, this is strictly an opinion, just like I have opinions. Will cruise lines pull out of Florida if the governor of Florida persists on this fining for $5,000 per person that they've required proof of vaccination from?
I think it would be really hard to do that, because of the way the so many piers are set up. And I do find that it's a very big challenge. It's almost like it's shooting us in the foot. We finally get the cruise ship industry up and rolling again, and we just want to make sure it's the safest possible in every way we know. And to say that to not require the vaccination, whether you believe in it or not. That's a tough call. I mean, I personally think everybody should be vaccinated. However, who can, obviously, but will they pull out of Florida? I doubt it, unless it just cripples our industry again.
I think there's got to something further's got to happen on this. And Jax just says executive orders, presidential and gubernatorial, will all be tested in courts. Ultimate decision, probably the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, I could see that happening too, that it does go all the way. So who knows what will happen with that. Let's see. Tom Henry says, Thanksgiving on Great Stirrup Key. He has a cabana book. That's nice. Jason up in Pittsburgh says he needs to go on a cruise with Hot Air Tom. I think we all need to get on a cruise together as soon as they'll let me go. Tom Henry says, have you ever been swimming with pigs, Elizabeth?
No, well, I better be careful how I answer that. No, I haven't. No, sir.
Yeah, that was where one of the and I don't remember which port it was now. Actually, there's an excursion now to swim with pigs.
I'll tell you where it is.
Okay.
I didn't do it. We were down in the Amazon, and there was a tour with these white pigs or something. I don't know what it was, but I remember hearing about it, and I didn't get off the ship much when we did the Amazon cruise. It was so buggy, and the water looked like chocolate milk. It's really a strange area to cruise. Interesting. I've done it, but I hope I don't have to do it again.
Tom Henry says that he wants to see Pittsburgh Jason do a Russian dance in St. Petersburg, Russia. Boy, would I like to see that too. Of course, I'd like to be there with Jason doing the Russian dance in St. Petersburg. One of these days, guys, they're going to let me go on a cruise ship. It's coming. I promise you.
We hope so. I hope you come to Cozumel.
Well, the last word I had was from Carnival. The Carnival will not let oxygen, it's not just me, any oxygen requiring guests on any cruise ship, at least till the end of March. The other cruise lines that have let some oxygen folks on, I'm wondering if that was a little hanky-panky kind of deal, because generally, if Carnival makes a rule, the rest of them follow it too. So I have not specifically talked to another cruise line to see if, because I understand why they don't want oxygen. People, that's other things that they've got to spend time and manpower with that's better spent looking after the health and safety of guests that are on board. So I understand why. So that's why I'm not pushing the issue. But that's me. Emily's with us from up in New York. And Elizabeth, of course, is commenting back and forth when we have trouble with the signal. By the way, this is working out fine because at least now we can't see your lovely face, but we can hear you. So that's awesome.
Maybe I'll just get a photograph and stick it there the next time.
Yeah, I need a file photo of Elizabeth on location.
I know somebody said I need earphones. I tried that, but it didn't work either. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on a borrowed laptop right at the moment, and I use my iPad as well. So I thought I'd try the laptop, but anyway, at least you can hear me, and we'll get it sorted out for the next time.
And Jack's with us. He said it's time for him to get ready to go to Houston. Thoughts are with you, Jack, my friend. Hope it all turns out well today. Emily says, WhatsApp, a great app for talking overseas. She and her sister use it all the time. I've never used it. It's amazing. Jason says there's no way they will pull out. I said it a long time ago. DeSantis is trying to run for president. Yeah, I think that's probably the bottom line of it all too. But between the other person's name that I try not to mention in the sense, boy, I'd like to sit back and watch what happens if DeSantis announces he's going to run for president when the other person down there in Florida, what he would do to that one. So, but that's just me. All right, Elizabeth, thank you for your time and effort this morning. This was awesome. We do appreciate it. And that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. If you're new to this channel, we always appreciate the thumbs up. And we always, we'll be back here doing the same kind of silliness tomorrow on Friday, Travel and Cruise Industry News. For now, this is the old fat travel guy along with Elizabeth on location. Later, y'all.
Bye.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.